Let's go ahead and get this show started, people. Woo! Hit that thumbs up, man. I really would appreciate it. Let's go. It's still the college football offseason, unfortunately. We just had the draft a few weeks ago, but there is quite a bit of news to talk about here on a Sunday afternoon with all of you guys. What's going on, everybody? Christian Ballard here with Ballard Sports Media, your go-to guy for sports content. I'm going to tell you that right now. Hey, I appreciate everyone showing up here in the chat. I see a few of you already. Actually, really a couple. Other than a comment I put myself. But what's up, Wisconsin sports fan? What's up, Nate the Great? And, of course, that comment there that I put. We got a few things to talk about today. What's up, Bet? How you doing, buddy? Yeah, you shut up, too. Shut up. Quite a bit to talk about. What's up with the Pac-12? Why can't they make the college football playoff? Who's going to be starting this year as far as rookie quarterbacks in the NFL? Who should start? Is Justin Fields the guy for the Bears? We know it's Trevor Lawrence. We get that. Zach Wilson. The Jets are desperate. That's why. And Kyle Trask darn sure ain't taking Brady's job. A little bit more on that. More on that a little bit later on. But good seeing you guys in here. We'll also get you guys on a little bit later. But first thing I want to start out with is the Nick Saban and Jimbo Fisher rivalry. Nick Saban here. Let's show this up, man. We know how tough of a guy he can be, right? And Jimbo Fisher, I've noticed watching A&M in recent years since he started coaching, um, he himself is pretty tough. Well, as we know, a few weeks ago, um, we saw that he said they were gonna kick Nick Saban's rear end. They're gonna beat him up, right? When we see Nick Saban, we're gonna whoop him. Said Jimbo Fisher and the Aggies, right? Is this starting a new rivalry in college football here? Not A&M Alabama. That's been a rivalry, I guess you could say. But what about this coaching deal, right? Seriously, you know, and if you're wondering, yes, Jimbo Fisher is in fact a Saban assistant at LSU. I think he was like the offensive coordinator, if I'm not mistaken, defensive coordinator. Either way, he was there at LSU with Saban, and this is a new rivalry, right? Saban only joked, but Jimbo Fisher said something a few weeks ago. When we see him, we're going to kick his expletive, his rear end. I'm not going to say it on here because I'm trying to be a sportscaster, and dang it, you just don't say it. Well, I guess you could, but I don't need to be saying it this young in my career. Let's be honest. Um, this is a rivalry right now. Not A&M Bama, but Jimbo started this, right? And all I'm going to say is this. You don't have to beat him, although actually, technically, he has to if he doesn't want to look like a fool, right? Come time for the A&M Bama game, which, if I'm not mistaken, is in College Station this year, right? Straight up. Straight up. You got to beat Alabama, Jimbo. And how do you do that? You got to outplay them, outsmart them. Listen, Saban is undefeated against former assistants like, 22 and 0, 23 and 0, something like that. We're talking Kirby Smart, of course, Jimbo, McElwain, uh, you know, trying to think of who else. Well, he hasn't played Sarkisian, but we get Texas in a few years. That'll be interesting to see. And it's just interesting, folks. It really is. Could Jimbo do it? He could. I think A&M is going to be a heck of a team this year. They lost Kellen Mond. They got Haynes King coming in. They got some good players. I liked what I saw in their spring game, and they're going to be really, really great. Um, but man, it takes you got to be Nick Saban to beat him, right? And credit to Kirby Smart. He has played Nick Saban now 3 times. 3 times. Right? Lost all 3 of them because he doesn't have what it takes to beat him, but he has what it takes to at least compete or throw him off guard. He can't play for 4 quarters, right? If you ask me right now, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but if I had to pick a guy that probably is set up in the best position, it probably is Kirby Smart, right? He walked into something pretty good at Georgia and just made it a little bit better, and he's in the best position to beat him. He's not going to beat Nick Saban. Nick Saban will finish undefeated against former assistants. I'm predicting that right now. I think Nick Saban will outsmart his assistants 9 times out of 10 every time he sees them, every time he plays them, every time he steps foot on a field and he looks across the sideline and says, "That's Jimbo. That's Kirby Smart. That's Lane Kiffin." Let's not forget Ole Miss, right? Who probably should have beat us last year. I mean, he gave up 48 points to Ole Miss. 48. We look across the sideline. Nick Saban's looking at his assistants and saying, "Let's get another one. Let's get this guy right here, right? He's just going to beat him and beat him and beat him and beat him and beat him." But right now, forget about Kirby Smart because Kirby Smart hasn't talked any smack at all. He sits there. He says, all Kirby Smart has said in the previous matchups with Alabama prior to the games is, Yeah, we remember the last time, these two teams met and everything. They're a great program. Love Nick Saban. What he does, it's Nick Saban, right? He never really came out and straight up smack talked in the off season. But here's Jimbo Fisher over here. We're going to beat him when we see him. Straight up. They're asking for Alabama. And right now, it's kind of a feud and rivalry, right? Nick Saban fired back, though. He's, the press asked him, I think it was like at the draft or something. He was somewhere, and it came up, and he's sitting there or standing there really, and it's like, what are your thoughts on what Jimbo Fisher had to say about we'll beat them when we see them, and he said, in what, golf? Oh man, yeah. I mean, look, Jimbo is a great coach. I think he's got A&M going in the right direction. Had a fair, legitimate shot at the playoffs last year. Had a great enough resume, right? But unfortunately, Notre Dame got in. Notre Dame had a pretty bad loss against Clemson. Then again, A&M had a pretty bad loss against Alabama. So, I mean, it was kind of a coin flip for the two, and they favored Notre Dame. Even though they did lose the ACC title to Clemson, who had already lost to them previously, right? A&M actually lost to a team worth losing to, at least in the scenario where it was like the second week of the season. It's like, yeah, we'll take a week 2 loss to Bama, but you take I'm getting off track. I apologize, right? You get what I'm saying. But this has heated up a rivalry. This is Jimbo and Nick Saban now, right? Battle for the West. A&M, they could. They could do it. I don't know. I don't think they will. They could. Nobody wants to. Everyone wants to be the beast, but they don't want to do what the beast do. Right? That's what Nick Saban once said. Everyone wants to be at the top of the list, but no one's ever really willing to give it what they got to make sure that can happen. Does Jimbo have what it takes? We're going to find out. Right? You know what'll make this worse? Not necessarily if he loses to Alabama. Not if A&M loses that game. It's you don't have to necessarily beat Alabama, but man, I swear, if Alabama goes in there next year to Kyle Field at College Station, and Jimbo and Nick Saban meet head to head on the field, and it's something like 41-14 or something, and it's a blowout. It's not a close game, and Bama just whoops up on them like that. We're looking at you, Jimbo. You're the one that said in the offseason, we're going to beat them when we see them, right? And you go out there and you lose to Nick Saban in a blowout after this all offseason. You hyped up and ran your mouth about how you're going to beat up on Nick Saban. We'll beat him when we see him. He's ours. We'll get him. Careful what you wish for. It'll come back and bite you in the butt. That's really all I'm going to say. I'm not here to say that Bama's going to win that game or not. I don't know. It's too early to tell. I think A&M will be a good team next year. Dwayne RTR says Jimbo will close the gap. Well, I mean, he's recruiting well. He's got it going in the right direction. He's got a great offense. He's got a pretty decent defense too. Got some trouble here or there. It just is. I don't know. Don't poke the bear. Don't mess with them. right? I just got through saying like Nick Saban had a quote one time he said in a press conference, everyone wants to be the beast, but they don't want to do what the beast do, right? In order to get to that moment. It's crazy. Jimbo Fisher is a great coach with a great team, but he's not on Nick Saban's level. Hardly anybody is, other than maybe Dabo Swinney right there, 1A, 1B in college football. It even still, I mean, Nick Saban still has more championships, more experience. But I mean, credit to Dabo Swinney. I don't even know. Uh, Getting off track, getting back to Jimbo Fisher. This is gonna be a fun off season. I was gonna mess with Miami fans, and yeah, I'm doing that. And I made a video actually. I think it's been having some trouble uploading. Um, I might just have to redo it. I don't know, but now I kind of want to. I want to kind of mess with A&M a bit, not just necessarily A&M, but Jimbo, right? Because we talk about Jimbo on a regular basis as college football fans. Like, oh, look at A&M, look at their recruiting. They had only one loss to Alabama last year. Oh, look what they did. I mean, they had a home and home with Clemson a few years ago. Almost whooped them in Kyle Field. Probably should have, could have beat Clemson. I don't know. Then the next year they got blown out in Death Valley. But that's I don't know. It's going to be a fun off season, and this is heating up. This is a rivalry right now with these two coaches, and it's all because of Jimbo. Saban's not a guy to fire back. I mean, he'll fire back, but he's not one to open up the can. You know what I mean? He's not going to spill it out. He's going to be the one to try to clean it up and just respond or whatever. And yeah, this is just going to be fun to watch. So, Jimbo, we're coming to Kyle Field. I think we get him like week 4 or 5 of the season, maybe even week 3. I don't know. But get ready, son. Get ready. What's up, Big CMP? How you doing, brother? Good seeing you in here. Hit the like. Yes, please hit the thumbs up, people. I really would appreciate that. But Jimbo, be careful what you wish for. Just saying. The next topic. Pac-12. What's up with the Pac-12, man? It's tough in the off season if you talk college football to come up with topics, but here's something for you guys. Let's look at something. What's wrong with the Pac-12? Why can't they make the playoffs? Now, last year aside, because they only played like 6 or 7 games, that's not enough, right? Heck, 8 games isn't even enough. Yet Ohio State got in, looked pretty good against Clemson. Then we know what happened in the title game. We get all that, but I want to show you guys something right here. This is the results of these are the semifinals of the like all of the semifinals that we have had so far since the playoff era began in 2014. The very first playoff game was the Rose Bowl with Oregon from the Pac-12 and Florida State. Oregon won 59-20. Right? Then we don't see a Pac-12 team. Okay, here's what we'll do. Oregon, Florida State, Ohio State, Bama. Okay, Big Ten, Pac-12, ACC, and SEC. Then we pretty much have the same thing, except instead of the Pac-12, we get a Big 12 team in there with Oklahoma. We got Clemson from the ACC. We got Michigan State in there from the Big Ten. Then we get another Pac-12 team in 2 years later. Here we go with Washington. Won the Pac-12 and everything. Great team that year. Bama just had that kind of defense. They shut them down 24-7. I saw Pigskin Pete in there. Here's your favorite, bud. Clemson and Ohio State, 31-0, sir. Then the next year after that, of course, that year Clemson went on to beat Alabama, yada yada. We get all that. But what do you know? The point I'm trying to get at is there have been two times has a Pac-12 team gotten into the college football playoff. Now, we've had some close calls. We've had teams that we talk about all throughout the season, but they choke when they're on the spotlight. Oregon's had multiple chances. I think Mario Cristobal is a really good coach. Got a great team. They're normally the team to beat in the Pac-12 anyway. Them teams like USC, Washington won it. Obviously, here you saw in 2016, Washington won the Pac-12 and got in the 4 spot. But we're always going to have pretty much Clemson, from the ACC, Bama, or even look at LSU here. Some SEC teams going to get in. We had Georgia, of course, Alabama as well. And then a team like Ohio State from the Big Ten, which is the only Big Ten. I'm sorry, Michigan State right here, right? Anyway, and of course, Oklahoma being the Big 12 team that's always going to make it in and choke in the first round. So what's up with the Pac-12, right? And can a team get in this year and in the drought, right? There's been like 2 teams, Oregon and Washington, each one time. Washington lost to Alabama in a Peach Bowl in 2016. Oregon lost the inaugural championship against Ohio State. Credit to them there. That's the best they've done. Made a national title, the Pac-12, and since the playoff era began. I found this article, TrojansWire.usatoday.com. And the Pac-12 commissioner George, I'm trying not to butcher his name, Clivecoff. I don't know. This was released yesterday. Said that his top 2 priorities are to pass the NLI, the name, image, and likeness legislation, and of course, try to make the playoff. Right? But expand the playoff. It's great that he is focused on being proactive. I'm quoting this here. But the best idea that the playoff needs to, but the idea that the playoff needs to expand is ludicrous at best. And I agree. I've come on here and I've said some things about playoff expansion, right? Which, if they expand it to 8 teams, I know there's going to be some people that get pissed off about it. There's going to be some people that are on board with it. I only want it to expand because it'd be cool to have more teams in the playoff and make it easier on the committee to get more teams in or whatever. And it would just, it mean more football games, I'm sure. But this is it right here, though. Look at this. Very few of the semifinals have been competitive. That is true. Half of them have been blowouts. We have had only like 2, and we played maybe 10 or 12 different semifinals already in 5 or 6 years of the playoff, and only 2 have been close. Obviously, that Rose Bowl, and then last year or 2 years ago with Clemson and Ohio State. 3 games, because go back to the first year, it was 42-35 Ohio State over Alabama. That was a pretty close game. I think that was only like a touchdown, if I'm not mistaken. But the Pac-12 wants to expand it, which you can't blame them. But at the same time, let me tell you something, Pac-12. It's not about expansion. Why can't Commissioner not Larry Scott. Well, it was Larry Scott. The new commissioner is George Clivecoff. If I'm saying that right, someone correct me. Um, why don't you do something? Talk to all the coaches, or do something to make it better. Just quit sitting around. We need to stop with this whole expand the playoffs so our teams can get in. The expansion is not the problem for the Pac 12's lack of teams getting in the playoffs. It's competition. It's those teams compared to other teams like Oklahoma out of the Big 12, or Bama in the SEC, or Clemson, or Georgia, or Ohio State. They choke. Like, you have a one-loss team in the Pac-12 title game, right? I think we had that with USC or whoever a couple years ago, maybe even last year. I don't know. And didn't Oregon win as a two-loss champion or something like that? So we couldn't get them in, or they choke in the biggest of moments for the Pac-12 when there's a team sitting there that has a chance at the playoff. They choke. And they ruin their chance to get in. It's not about that. It's not about, you know, uh, what am I even trying to say? I'm getting lost here. um, it's not about how many spots we have in the playoffs. It doesn't matter. If Washington already made it, and Oregon already made it, the Pac-12 can make it in. They just don't. It's not like it's not a dead conference or anything. It's not a bad conference. It's not bad teams. But those teams compared to some in the Big Ten, to Clemson, to Bama, to maybe a team like Georgia, is ridiculous. I mean, so I don't know. The Pac-12 needs to get it together. I don't even know if I want to say have a meet. I don't know if that's going to work. But some of those teams just need to step it up, grow a pair, and play the game and recruit better. You got to recruit better. Play harder on the field. Man, quit sitting there. We need to expand the playoffs so we can get in. Take out the big boys. Gosh, I'm gonna get off this rant. This is ridiculous. This is insane. I'm gonna go ahead and drop the StreamYard link. I see y'all. I see you in there, Lou. I know you're rolling on the floor right now because I'm mad. Oh man, crap. I was gonna go in depth little bit about quarterbacks. Some rookie quarterbacks this year. In the NFL. I mean, I like Fields. I think he could definitely earn the starting job within a month or so of being with the Bears. Trevor Lawrence is a no-brainer start right away. Zach Wilson is no-brainer start right away, but only because, and this isn't a knock on him. It's not like, it's not because of his talent or anything, but I mean, the Jets really don't have anybody. Kyle Trask would have to pull off a miracle to beat out Tom Brady. That's not going to happen. Just let him take this 1 year, learn behind him, and just I don't know, pick up from there. Crap. Yeah, I'm a little irate. Comment of the day so far, drooling Matt. I've been worse, honestly. I'm not even so much mad. Here's the thing. I don't care so much about who makes it in the playoffs. Obviously, being a Bama fan, though, you want that team in there. As much as I am like, it's just the commissioner coming out and saying we need to expand it to help the Pac-12. I mean, no, you need to just talk to these teams and straight up, just work on your conference. Don't blame. We only have 4 spots. So Tell one of those teams like USC or Oregon to be one of the 4 best teams. So I don't know. I dropped the StreamYard link. If y'all want to come in here, feel free to. We'll talk for a bit. Valerie going to ask for a Tebow J. Vilger. Because I put that tweet out about Trevor Lawrence jerseys before the draft even started, as if like it was an automatic lock that he would go number 1. Well, of course. I mean, what can't he do? Oh, Trevor Lawrence. I don't know. It's great seeing everybody in here. He wants an autograph. I know. Yeah.
Come on, son.
If y'all want to come in here, feel free to, man. I've pretty much covered everything I want to cover right now, all the topics and everything. We could just hang out and talk sports or whatever the heck you want to talk about. Talk more about how maybe Tennessee's a dead program. We can talk about that. What's up, Jeff?
You want that Tebow jersey, don't you?
No, not really. I mean, what is
Now listen, Jacksonville is one of the few Florida schools or Florida teams that has things screwed up.
Yeah.
Now you take the big three, you forget USC, USF, and UCF. The big three are Miami, Florida State, and Florida in college, okay?
Yeah.
You got the Gators. Yeah, there's Gators in Florida. You got the Seminoles. Yeah, there's Seminole Indians. You got Hurricanes. Yep, they do get hit with hurricanes. In the pros, you got the Buccaneers. Okay, well, Buccaneers is the slang word for a pirate who sails between islands, doesn't attack the main shipping lanes out in the open ocean.
Right.
They're island pirates. Okay, so Buccaneers. All right, yep, there were them. There ain't never been Jaguars in the state of Florida.
Yeah.
Okay. But now there's Jaguar fans living on Smith Lake, from what I understand.
I mean,
I heard you got a Jaguar flag flying out in the backyard.
Somewhere there is, yeah.
Hmm? Uncle Lou wants you to use your influence in the State Department there, Ballard, to influence Israel.
I don't know.
The Unprofessional Sports Show last night, Ballard, quite a controversy stirred up in the comments section there. Were you aware of that?
No, what happened?
Oh, people feeling like you're giving a short shift to Vanderbilt. Not going to do a Vandy recap. They say you and Chesk just got to Texas A&M and you forgot that V comes after T. They're like, hey, you're going to waste time with Auburn. You gotta waste time with Vanderbilt.
Well, okay. To be fair, Auburn did win games. I believe Vandy was winless last year.
Oh yeah, but Vandy was woke. They were woke. They had a chick kicker.
Mm-hmm.
They're called the Jaguars because there's a famous Jaguar. There's a Jacksonville. Well, the most famous Jaguar, is the SJS, preferably British Racing Green with the tan leather, and either the 66 or 69 model. That's my favorite Jaguar.
Yeah.
And I have to say that Ballard is wanting Tebow to personal. Oh yeah.
Oh. Yeah. I'm trying to find something real quick. Hold on. Have you paid much attention to the Steelers as far as I guess Najee had a press conference this weekend?
I haven't seen anything about Najee's press conference, but I did tell you, and I told you from the middle of January, that my good friend's brother-in-law is the beat writer for the Gazette, and he was. I told. Well, how long did I tell you that they were going to draft Harris? And that was right. He said it for months that if Harris was on the board, that's who they would draft.
Yeah.
Well, actually, not brother-in-law. It's the best friend of my good friend's brother-in-law. That's who it is. I'm sorry, I get that correct.
Tomorrow. Oh, Lou, do you want me to come on for that tomorrow?
Oh.
Yeah, I don't even have the log. I guess Lou's just trying to set me up and all that, but he says he'll update it every day on the morning show. So that'll be good. At least I'm not sitting here wondering. So I guess I'll have to wake up tomorrow and listen in, right?
Ballard, you're probably costing Lou at least 2 or 3 hours a day if he's going to follow your Tinder account. I bet he's just constantly getting updates.
Yeah. What's up? No.
Hey, buddy, I can't stay on for very long. This was just too much to type. I was going to call you later, but I'm probably going to talk about your Tinder Ballard thing for a little bit on every single morning show.
Yeah, just to update.
Just to update everybody what's going on. So
Mhm.
if you ever hear me talking about it and you want to call in, just call in, but you don't have to. And then on Friday, after you read your sports news or whatever each week, we'll do like an in-depth review with you there on the show.
Sounds
But
good.
the other days of the week, if you happen to be listening and I start talking about it and you want to call in, you're welcome to call in. I'm just going to turn the phone lines on every morning, so you just would call the show number.
Okay.
But you don't have to. I don't want you to think you have to be watching the morning show every morning to wait to call in when I talk about your thing. I just want to update people on it every day. And if you happen to be listening and want to call in, that's fine. And then on Friday, we'll do like a detailed review when you call in each week.
Awesome. Sounds like a good plan.
That makes sense.
Yes, sir.
All right. And would you let Tim Tebow circumcise you? Have a good morning, Jeff. Bye, Jeff. Bye, Ballard.
Yeah.
Thanks. Good to hear from Uncle Lou on a Sunday afternoon.
Yeah.
I didn't know you'd be live, Ballard. I'd just come back from the parish. We had a little something going on at the parish office and with the Knights of Columbus, and I just come home and I thought, well, let's see what the hell's going on, see if I missed anything on YouTube, and I saw that you were live.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Najee had a presser. They at least uploaded it today, but this was great. You know how like they'll ask him.
Pretty good. Najee's pretty good with the press. Not everybody is. And this doesn't have anything to do with Najee Harris played at Alabama. This is just a general statement. Some guys are good with the media,
Yeah.
Some guys aren't.
Mhm.
I thought AJ McCarron was pretty good with the media. Okay, But when Tua first started, he was terrible with the media. He was shy. He didn't really know what to say. He was, and there's a reason why Saban won't let the freshmen talk to the media.
Yeah.
And that ain't an Alabama thing any more than it is a Purdue thing or a Syracuse thing or a Utah State thing. It's the kid. It's the individual. Some of them are great in front of the camera, and some of them, you put a camera in front of them, and they get what the TV guys call mic fright. They're scared.
Alabama that last year to get better in that party.
Oh, here's something. A really stupid question that. Here we go. Hold on.
To make those kind of plays. Is that why you went back maybe 2 years ago? Are those things that you feel like maybe 2 years ago you might not have been able to do that make those kind of plays? Is that why you went back to Alabama that last year to get better in that part of your game?
Bro, what? Where are you from? Did you?
I think he was talking about maybe about his hurdles or something. But there was a certain play where in the national championship game against Ohio State, Mac threw the ball pretty well to Najee, who caught it behind his back a little bit and had to hold on to it. And I think they brought that play up. You probably know what I'm talking about, Jeff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Were you? Did you always cover Pittsburgh Steelers?
Yeah.
God damn. Well, I always been catching the ball, man. The reason why I say it is because every time somebody
I'm talking about the one-handed catch, and you nearly caught the one behind.
I always do that.
Okay,
I always do that.
All right.
He's like, I always do that. I love hearing Najee in press conferences, man. It's great.
The big thing about it, people forget. They forget this. That after 19, you had Judy and Ruggs drafted in the first round, okay? So Waddle and Smith know that that's going to happen. They know there's not going to be 4 Alabama players taken in the first round. So They're thinking, we got to come back and we could be the Judy and the Ruggs next year, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But we got to risk coming back. And Najee thought, you know what? I don't want to be Damian Harris and go in the 3rd round. I'm going to risk coming back. And Alex Leatherwood risked coming back. They had something they wanted to do. They were drafted. They came in 17. They were the class of 17. So they're sitting there as redshirt or as their first year on campus. And Bama wins it. Then they lose to Clemson. They get blown out by Clemson. And then they don't make the playoff. And they felt unfulfilled. They felt like we could go back and do it. I don't know why the media, the local media, seemed to want to ask that question. What's he going to say? He said, I came back to improve my draft stock and to win a national championship. That's what every one of those kids is going to say every time you ask that question. Okay? If you ask Nick Chubb, why did you come back? Well, I got hurt. I wanted to improve my draft stock. Okay. Sometimes these players get asked the most obvious, stupid question.
Yeah.
Why did you choose to go to Georgia? Why did you choose to go to Oklahoma? Why didn't you go to Savannah State? Well, because I wanted to play in a big time program and improve my chances of playing in the NFL. Duh.
Yeah.
Or in the words of the incomparably quotable Mike Vick, well, fuck.
Yeah.
I remember, and you may have heard about this guy. His name was Kerry Wood. I remember when Kerry Wood was coming up to the Cubs minor league system. And every time he pitched, every minor league stadium was sold out because the kid was obviously on fire. Okay, he was obviously a great prospect.
Yeah.
And I never shoot press. Ever for the iCubs. But they wanted this one shot. So I went to it.
What's up, fellas?
This guy Gary Wood gets asked, okay, he threw like six innings, and he gave up like one hit, and he struck out like 7 or 8 or whatever. He pitched very well. And the fucking idiot from Channel 13 says, good, do you feel like you were throwing the ball well tonight? What? What did you just see, you dumbass? You feel like you threw the ball well tonight? Oh, no, I felt like it was garbage. I mean, come
Right.
on, you know.
That's like asking that's like I'll refer it back to maybe some football, like let's say a receiver like Devontae Smith. Didn't he have like 3 touchdowns in that first half? That's like asking him if he thought he had a good game. What?
Yeah.
Right.
He had 3 touchdowns in one. Of course, he had a good game. You
Jay-
know, don't ask.
Or I mean, I know Lou's in love with the local Georgia media. Can you imagine somebody from like the Atlas paper asking JT Daniels, "Oh, well, JT, you just threw for 424 yards. Did you feel like you could move the ball today?"
Yeah.
No, I felt like we were stuck in the mud. I just threw for 420. I mean, come on, you know.
Yeah, I got you.
I think it's just filler. It's filler to try to get the athlete to do stream of consciousness talking, because they're looking for the great 30-second soundbite or the screw up quote.
Yeah.
Right.
They're not rooting for Brock. The Ames media isn't trying to trip up Brock Purdy or Brees Hall or Charlie Cole or Mike Rose, but they love it if they dropped a bomb. You know, if Channel 13 and Channel 8 and Channel 5, if they could get Brock Purdy on film saying, "Well, you know, we split with Oklahoma last year. There's no reason why we can't beat them this year," they would love that.
Yeah.
We got the FCS championship going on right now. Sam Houston up at the end of the third, 17-7 over South Dakota State.
The
Ooh.
Jackrabbits.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, South Dakota State are usually good in the FCS.
Yeah, that's just up the road from, well, not right up the road, but pretty much right up the road from Nate the Great.
Oh, yeah.
South Dakota State, yep.
Do they?
Not terribly far from where Nate's at.
No. But yeah. Are they in Sioux Falls or somewhere else?
That's a good question. They're either in Sioux Falls or Augustana.
Oh.
South Dakota's Pierre. So
Yeah.
people mispronounce it. They call it Pierre because it's spelled Pierre, but you don't say it that way. If you're from South Dakota, you pronounce it Pierre. P-E-E-R.
Yeah.
I always thought it was Prairie. Prairie, South Dakota.
Well, it's starring the
It's Pierre, and it's tiny. It's like 30,000 people or something like that. It's very small. I was there a long time ago, and so unless something happened, it's a small town. I mean, maybe it's not anymore, but I bet it is.
So this is basically like the I guess the playoff championship, but for the FCS, and South Dakota State's ranked number 1. They're 8-1, and they're down by 10 at the beginning of the fourth here. I didn't even know this was going on today, honestly.
Sam Houston State has been pretty good the past couple of years, so they're not like, and so is South Dakota State. They're not. This is not like two teams that came from out of nowhere. It's not like Arizona is playing Virginia for the big title. I mean, these
Right.
are two teams that have been, that hang around, that make noise every year.
Yeah, and if I'm being honest too, Jeff, I mean, I love football in general. I don't care if it's a bunch of cupcakes or what. I mean, just the thought of the pigskin just flying through the air, I love it, man. But I mean, even like I guess group of 5 teams like UCF, USF, or whatever, they're not Power Five, but they're FBS. You know, the
Right.
subdivision. You know, the uh, I don't really pay much attention to the FCS.
Now
Nothing
this is what
against
this used to be called 1AA.
right.
Back in the happy days when they actually made sense, when you had 1AA and then AA and then 2 and an NAI, when the rankings and the classifications actually made sense.
Yeah.
Names and descriptions for this and that and the next thing, and it's all dumb now.
Yeah.
The thing about it is you know, you look at these kids that are playing out there, and you're like, well, could you know, could any of these offensive linemen or defensive linemen play for Nick Saban or Kirby Smart?
Right.
No. If they could, they would be. Okay. But where they're from, the towns they're from, they're probably the best player that high school ever produced.
Right.
These are usually small town kids, or not always, but usually. I mean,
Yeah.
and they're good athletes. I mean, these are good athletes.
Right.
You know,
they might not be up to the.
They're just not right. The
Yeah.
running back is going to play at Ohio State, okay, but he's damn good.
Yeah.
You know,
that's like I was just watching this here. There was go ahead score, or not like go ahead, but this Douglas kid on South Dakota State had a really good rushing touchdown there. And they could not tie it up, but they can make it a 3-point game here if they get the extra point, which they're actually reviewing this touchdown, I guess. But it was a heck of a run. He ran through defenders, and I mean that he looks like a really good running back. Is he going to work out in the SEC or something? I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
right?
Oh, he was just inside. Man,
Hey, what channel is it on?
it's on ABC.
Oh,
I
okay.
think the operative question here is you want to put Lou's comment, highlight Lou's comment there.
Let me see.
Yeah.
What's
important to know here is it canned nuts? Is it nuts in a can? Is it cocktail peanuts? Is it mixed nuts?
Ballard, I'm eating nuts. Your tonight's?
Your thoughts. That's a stupid auto check. Or maybe Lou has the newspaper spread out on the floor. He's cracking walnuts. He's eating walnuts out of the shell. Who knows? Inquiring minds want to know, Lou.
I don't know why I'm tired of today.
Oh, my thoughts on him. Oh God.
What he wants to know what your thoughts on him eating nuts.
Ouch.
Sick bastard. I don't know, man. I just
Oh man, salty, good.
he got that touchdown too. So he'll make it a 3-point game with this PAT unless he misses it.
Man, I remember my grandfather was a farmer, and one of his best friends was a guy that ran a feed store.
Yeah.
Feed grain elevator or whatever, and Grandpa'd go down there and he'd buy, you know, great big ass bags of walnuts still in the shell, you know.
Yeah.
His favorite thing to do was sit at the table and put a newspaper out and grab the little I don't know what you call them, the nutcracker things that you hold in your hand like pliers.
Yeah.
And watch the Cubs. Now this is back in the day before cable TV, but WGN out of Chicago had such a strong signal.
They could pick the game up, right?
Game up, yeah. Yeah, I mean, he lived 200 miles from Chicago, but it had such a strong signal, and it was called a clear channel, meaning nobody else is on that exact frequency.
Yeah.
And unless it was raining where they lived, where my grandma and grandpa lived, if it was raining there, they couldn't get it. But if it wasn't raining, he'd watch the Cub games, and he'd just sit there and watch the Cubs and eat walnuts. I mean, you know, so I remember that.
Yeah.
Nate has a foot-long thunder. Tell us about that, Nate. You got a foot-long thunder stick?
A what? What is a thunder stick?
I don't want to tell you about it. It's inappropriate.
Hold on, let me Google this.
It's your ding dong.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Let me.
That's why I didn't want to tell you in the first place, but
It's a gun.
oh,
It's a rifle too. But I guess what they're talking about is yeah.
Might call it gun. Love gun.
well.
I'm sure Lou's on the floor right now. Still trying to figure out though, as far as Packers news. The biggest news out of Green Bay today.
Where is Aaron right now?
You can't find him. I don't know.
Honestly,
Yeah, we'll check it out. We'll check it out real quick. My Tampa Bay Rays beat the Mets 7-1. Let's share screen. Let's look at some of these.
Honestly, I'm tired today. I don't know why.
This is going to be a good game tonight. The Padres and the Cardinals at 6 in an hour, or it'll be 7 Eastern. The Orioles today, 10-6 over the Yankees. Good
Heck
Lord.
Yeah.
The Yankees are having a bad. What'd you say?
I said F the Yankees.
The Yankees are having a tough year, and to see the Orioles score 10 runs, this is man. Wow.
Sorry, I just despise the Yankees.
I got you. A lot of people do. They claim 27 World Series titles, and you know.
They no claim, Ballard. They've won the World Series 27 times. They're not claiming it. They went out and did it.
They seriously have 27.
Yes. It's the World Series. It's a game that's played. It's a playoff. It's a determination. It's not like the 1914 Syracuse team says they were the national champion because Willie's Sports Magazine named them the national champion. I mean, the Yankees went out and won the World Series.
True.
Wilkie wants somebody out of Green Bay so bad. Wait, what do you, Wilkie? You want Rodgers out of Green Bay? That's got to be who you're talking about, right?
I thought.
Where did the Packers come from?
I actually thought Rodgers gonna go to Denver, but obviously he didn't. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, bro, I'm gonna go because I'm tired as tired.
Okay.
Thanks for having me on.
No problem, Nate. Anytime.
All right, see you, Nate, buddy.
I'm just ready for Bama to get back into the action, you know.
Speaking of Alabama, the championship university, congratulations on 4-0 win over Florida. the SEC softball championship yesterday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was really great.
They hadn't won the SEC since they won it in 2012, which is the year they won the Natty. So,
Yeah.
but they're not going to win the Natty this year because nobody is beating Oklahoma. Because I can't think of that gal that their pitcher. I can't think of her name, but ain't nobody hitting that shit. Nobody's beating Oklahoma. The Oklahoma women are. They're like Mrs. Godzilla or Mrs. Pac-Man, just going around eating everything. Nothing's going to stop them.
I got you.
Whiskey sports fan, Marshall in Indiana. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I sent that text to BVD because he's a big Marshall fan.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Monday night, right? Yeah, that's not tonight. That's tomorrow night. Yeah.
Yeah. White Sox went off a wild pitch. Did that just happen? Did I miss something? Let me see. Bottom of the ninth. Oh, here we go. 4-3 over the Royals, who are not having that great of a year.
You know, I don't know if I've ever thought. I don't know when Zach's been in a stream. I don't know if I don't know if I know the answer to this. Zach, have you been to the shithole on 35th? Have you ever been to a game there? Because it is a shithole.
Where the White Sox are?
Yes.
Yeah, straight up.
Comiskey was a dump, and then they tore it down and built it and made one even equally as bad.
Yeah.
And whereas Wrigley is surrounded by a neighborhood, and it's nice area around it. The cell, which is what I still call it, even though it's guaranteed rate, the cell, the dump on 35th, is surrounded by unsavory neighborhoods, shall we put it that way?
Yeah. I guess so.
Oh, I can see. Zach says he loves the place. I can see what a Sox fan is going to love it. I mean, I've got an aunt and uncle that live in Tinley Park that go to a lot of games. I don't think they have season tickets, but they go to a lot of games. A lot. They probably go 30, 40 times a year. And they like it too. And okay, whatever.
Yeah.
You try to compare that place to Wrigley. I mean, yeah, no.
Yeah, I got you, man. The Rays today won 7-1 over the Mets and sweeping the New York Mets for the first time in franchise history, like winning the series, I guess, the past couple days. So,
the New York Metropolitans.
Yep.
Did Wrigley ever fix the bathrooms? The bathrooms have been a problem at Wrigley Field since the day the stadium opened, and they probably will be until the day it closes.
They just crappy bathrooms.
Yeah, I mean, Wrigley's an old Federal Field building. It's I mean, there's only so much remodeling you can do without tearing the place down and rebuilding it again. You know what I mean? There's only you know, here's where the bathrooms are, and if you want to expand them, then you're going to take out 300 seats. So you can, and then not just Wrigley, any stadium, any old stadium, you can tweak. You can tweak and you can update, but you can't really do anything hugely major to an old stadium without starting all over. And that's everywhere. I don't care who it is, what stadium it is.
Mm-hmm.
There's only so much you can do.
Yeah.
Outside of Wrigley in March, there was an open switch. Yep. I've got pictures of me putting full bottles of Budweiser on the plate out in front of Wrigley on the night that Harry Carey died.
Oh, yeah?
I was in Chicago by chance, just by random chance, when Harry died. And I'll save the story for another time, but the city was like a morgue.
Yeah.
And everybody flooded to Wrigley Field like a game was going on. Of course, it wasn't. It was February. But everybody wanted to be up there and get their picture taken next to Harry's statue and get their and there must have been 300 bottles of beer. People were going across the street to Cubby World and buying beers and bringing them over and setting open beer, for Harry.
Yeah.
For you, Harry, and people getting their picture taken surrounded by, 70 fucking bottles of Budweiser. And it was all Budweiser because that's what Harry Carey drank. I mean, there wasn't no Pabst, there wasn't no old style. It was all people were buying bottles of Bud and sitting them out on the sidewalk for Harry.
Yeah.
Let's see who else is outside. Ernie Banks. They got a statue of Ernie Banks. I remember the Cardinals. When we go to games at Busch Stadium, the old Busch. I have not been inside the new Busch. I've been by it, but I'm not inside. But the old Busch, the parking garage that we parked in, when we walked into the right field bleachers, you walked right by a statue of Stan Musial.
Mm-hmm.
My father's favorite ball player of all time. Yeah, it's unbelievable that I grew up a Cub fan because my mom and dad are both absolutely devoted, passionate Cardinal fans.
Yeah.
My dad loved the Cardinals. He loved the St. Louis Cardinals and the NFL. Yeah.
Wait, what? The St. Louis Cardinals are baseball.
Yeah, but the Cardinals were also in the NFL. Did you not know that?
Or were they St. Louis before?
Yes, Ballard.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Oh, yes. Yeah. That's where I saw. Let's see. My parents would have divorced. So the 1978 NFL season would have been the last year that my parents were still a married couple.
Yeah.
So that means they had season tickets for 4 years. So they would have had season tickets for 75, 76, 77, and 78. And every one of those years, one home game I would go to instead of my mom. It would be me and my dad. So I went to a Cardinal game as a 9-year-old, a 10-year-old, an 11-year-old, and a 12-year-old. And I saw the Cardinals play the Packers, the Bears, the Dolphins, and the 49ers. And in all of those games, the Packers won, the Cardinals won. I saw all 4 of those games, Dolphins, 49ers, Bears, and Packers. The Cardinals won the game.
Yeah.
And that was at the old Busch Stadium, which was one of those 1970 stadiums where it was configured for baseball, and then they would move the stands and they would reconfigure it for football and played on AstroTurf and blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I'll tell you what, man, I'm excited for college football, and I'll say this video I'm fixing to show. Um, it's probably definitely one of the best I've seen of Alabama or Nick Saban. Let's just everyone remember who runs this joint.
Nick Saban out of Fairmont, West Virginia. LSU.
7 national championships.
Getting a little physical here, boys.
Still not smiling.
Another national championship for the
Which one was your favorite, Jeff? That Saban won.
Of the Saban championships,
Yeah.
I loved getting revenge on LSU and winning in 11.
That one right. Yeah, that one right there.
Yeah. And as far as thrilling, I mean, you can't beat second 26.
Oh yeah, as far as the thriller goes, as far as a comeback year, that one right there in 2015.
But as far as satisfying, as far as that felt really good,
Yeah.
I would say the 2011.
It was a good game, Coach. Yes, it was.
Because what 11 did, Ballard, 11
final play, drama needed tonight. Just
9
an emphatic performance to cap.
wasn't a fluke.
Yeah.
It wasn't going to be one of those like Auburn in 2010 where they just had 1 year and then they were going to go away for the next 15 years.
Yeah.
Like they did in 92. Stallings won in 99.
No final play, drama needed tonight. Just an emphatic performance to cap.
When they won in 11, they were 09.
You were breaking up a little bit there. Something about 2011. I know you were talking about that.
I'm just saying that 11 confirmed that 09 wasn't a fluke, that maybe we got something going here.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And then I think definitely winning in 2012 against Notre Dame. I mean, it's one like, okay, you win in 09. That's the start of it now that we look back and we see what he's done. But when, like, at the time, it was like, all right, you won a championship, Saban, in Alabama. Congratulations. And like you just said, you know, the one against LSU, especially in the way we were so dominant in that game, 21-0. I mean, that definitely sets a statement like, okay, we got something starting. But I think when they won back to back, they weren't messing around, man.
If you were a senior, an Alabama senior in 2012, you left with 6 rings.
Yeah.
3 SEC championship rings and 3 national championship rings.
Yeah. Because you would have started as a freshman in 09 too. You would have had all that within your 4 years at Bama.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
that was the main thing. That's why I say 11, because it was payback to LSU. There was a lot of talk about Bama didn't deserve another shot at him, but then they went out and just dominated them. And get it in the Sugar Bowl in front of all those LSU fans in Nolans. And like I say, it confirmed that 09 wasn't going to be 92. It wasn't going to be a one shot and then go away. It was, we got something going here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I definitely agree. I mean, it's like you could kind of say, and I know it has to do with Bama losing, but the whole deal with the LSU championship, that's kind of the scenario that Clemson had in 2018. Think about it. You had Dabo. I say he got lucky, but I know that really Bama just kind of, well, I guess either way, Bama got caught napping on defense. Deshaun Watson, Renfro, we get that. They win that one. But then 2 years later, you beat now Bama didn't have to beat the same team in a championship, but I guess it was kind of a revenge game because we did beat Clemson in that Sugar Bowl. Well, Dabo got his second ring. Clemson got their second championship. It was like that with Alabama when they got kicked off. Kind of a revenge game. This team beat us, the year before, or really in that scenario that year. You get what I'm saying. It just was more satisfying. Like the second time around.
I think we're looking. If I had a $1 bill laying in my lap right now, and I had to say, pick the two teams that are going to play for the Natty this year and bet that dollar on it, I'd say we're looking at Oklahoma versus Georgia.
Yeah, that's what I'm taking.
I think that's, and the reason why I say that is because you just look at the math. Mathematically, it's not going to be Alabama. Never mind what you think about Alabama, whether you love them or you hate them or whatever you've read or anything like that. Just if Alabama was Team A on a list, or Team Smith or whatever the case may be, and you didn't know who they were, you just don't repeat. It just doesn't happen.
Right.
It doesn't mean it can't. It just means it's very, very unlikely that it will.
Well, George Pickens still out.
Next month I'm going to turn 50. Okay.
Okay. Congrats.
That I'm aware of. Three times. Four at most. 3 times that I can think of, a team has gone back to back as the national college football national champion.
Yeah.
Okay. It just doesn't happen. And there have been some blisteringly great teams that failed to go back to back because it's just so hard.
There are let me see. Now you got me curious, Jeff, about back-to-back champions in football. Obviously, Bama in 11 and 12.
78, 79.
Yeah. Nebraska was 94, 95 in the 90s. It's saying they won back-to-back. I don't know if that's
and was 71, 72, was that Nebraska? I don't think Nebraska. Was that Nebraska back-to-back?
I don't know.
You have to go in AP national championships and then look. I think it's only been done 3 times. I think Bama's done it twice and Nebraska's done it once. That's the only times I can think of.
94, 95, 1970, and 71.
Bama won titles under the Bear by beating Penn State and Lou Holtz at Arkansas.
Yep. Here we go. Nebraska has... They claim 46 conference title. Okay, whatever. 5 national championships Nebraska claims. Now, their back-to-back ones were 1970 and 1971.
All right, there we go.
Yeah.
70, 71, not 71, 72. Okay, so I was off by a year.
And then 94 and 95, and then they also had one in 1977. So they had a span in the 90s. They were really good. They won like 3 out of 4 years.
70,
And 2 of them were back to back.
Notre Dame won. I think the AP in 77, and I think Nebraska won the UPI, which was the sports writers or the coaches.
Yeah.
Because because Notre Dame was a champion in 77.
Yeah.
Then it went Bama, Georgia, Clemson.
Mm-hmm. You talked about like right there in the early 80s, late 70s.
Right. 70s, 80s. That's right when I was in middle school and high school during that stretch. Yeah.
Yeah, because we had the goal line stand with the Penn State,
which was not at the end of the game. Everybody thinks that was
right.
like the last play of the game. There was like 3 minutes still to go. Bama's
no,
go.
it was well, yeah, it wasn't. They stood them up on like Penn State's final drive or whatever. Well, not even that. I don't think one of their like second to last. It was towards the end of the game, but Bama got the ball back, and there were even there's the goal line stand, but I think there were a couple times in that game where Bama pretty much held them up at the goal line.
Yeah, you'll never see that 14-7. You'll never see a championship game like that again.
It'd take a miracle for that. It takes something, but I agree. I mean, I think we're just in that kind of offensive style of football right now,
All right, I'm in front of the TV now. What's that? Where's that FCS at? Is that on ESPN?
I think it's ABC. Yeah, ABC, and it's 21-17. South Dakota State with 5:40 in the fourth.
So the Jackrabbits have made a run.
Yeah. I'm gonna watch the end of this game here. Not that I really care much who wins, but I mean it is a championship in football. You know what I mean? You want to watch it. So yeah, the clock's running. We got 5:23 to work with. 2nd and 11. Sam Houston has the ball and they're down 4, 21-17. See, this is like a defensive type of game. I mean, you're almost done with the game under 5 minutes to play, and it's only 21-17. Not really a whole lot of offense. And they're showing here Sam Houston trailed 20-17 with about 8 minutes in the fourth quarter in the quarterfinal against North Dakota State. They won like 24-20, whatever. But they've had some adversity and comebacks in these playoffs. That's a good catch. Do you have a preference for who you want to win this game, Jeff, or are you just kind of seeing how this plays out?
Oh, just I mean, it'd be nice to see the Midwest team win. I'd like to see South Dakota State win. I don't normally root for anybody from Texas or California.
Yeah, honestly, I'd love a good thriller. So I mean, if it comes down to the wire, I mean, this is a national championship. I mean, you want You want big plays and just some drama at the end. And they're just running the ball here. They're down 4 with 3.5. Who is this running back? This guy is good. Number 4. Hold on. Look, Ramon Jefferson. He's got 15 rushes for 95 yards so far. I'm triple dipping, Ballard. Watching the game, watching your stream, listening to Sam Houston radio feed. Hey, Michael's got it set up, man. That's how it's done. You mute the TV, listen to me and the radio, and you're good. Set that up, Michael. SH. Yeah, Sam Houston. Yeah, that's Texas, and they're 9-0. They're ranked number 2. South Dakota State's number 1, 8-1 on the year. Deep play. Oh, God. Who sent me an image? I'll check that out in a bit. They're looking for a flag for pass interference. I didn't see nothing. They're not reviewing it, but you know how the players come up after a play and they just say, "Hey, throw that flag." Sam Houston was 2 of 5 in the first half on third downs. They're 5 of 9 so far here in the second half. Running is the quarterback getting away. Ooh, I think he's going to be short. I wish I knew this game was on earlier. I would have streamed it for you guys at the start, but Chess Hall kindergarten picture. Oh God. Lou, do you want me to show that, sir? I'll ask him. Oh my gosh. Wow. He was pushed out. Oh, looking back at this game. I won't show it. That was bad. 2:58, 4th and 1. Obviously, Sam Houston has to and will go for it on 4th and 1. Let's see here. 4th and 1, 2:50 and counting. Ooh, got the first. Stays inbounds, goes out at the 20. Who is this quarterback? This guy is athletic.
Hang on, Ballard. I got my doorbell just rang, which is very unusual. I'll be right back.
All right. Oh, a sack. But it was offsides on South Dakota. Yeah, good morning, and that is Ballard here, though. Eric Schmidt is his name. That said, the QB that was on my team when I was in high school, also named Eric. So you probably know that, Michael, or maybe a different Eric Schmidt. I don't know. What's up, Lincoln? How you doing? There's an offsides on South Dakota State. They'll move the sticks, 1st and 5 now. I seriously wish I would have known that this game was on earlier. I would have done a reaction for it for all you guys, I'm sure. But while it's here, I guess I could see what happens. Keeper Schmidt tripped up. Loss of 5, going to bring up 2nd and 10 with 2 minutes and counting. Sam Houston only has 1 timeout. South Dakota State has all 3. In case Sam Houston would score. Oh, a different Eric Schmidt. I'm sorry. The snap, handoff up the middle. Good man. South Dakota State's defense in this game. I'm gonna have to maybe, if I can, find some baseball games to stream this week. We got a good one I'll check out with the Padres and the Cardinals. I probably won't go live for it. That's in an hour. I won't go live for it, but yeah.
Jesus Christ was never late. And if he was going to skip work, he let him know ahead of time. Stop sinning, sir.
How about that? Check to local initiative.
Oh, Harden is out against the Cavaliers. That sucks. The Nets really need him too. Let me see here. Let's see the update on Durant too. The Brooklyn Nets had their big 3 all together in action last game, and they will have them again on Sunday. The update is that Harden will miss the game due to injury management. So they will have Irving and Durant. James Harden will not play. Does that hold him back? I don't know. We will see and find out. But yeah, it's a tough loss when you have Harden on your team and he's not able to play. He's a really good player. Really good with the Rockets. That's pretty good, man. Ballard, if I can give you one piece of advice, that is, I'm sure you are close to some high school. See if you can cover some of the games, do play-by-play with your phone, and go from there. Maybe. Yeah, man. I mean, well, I've even talked to someone, like a counselor or whatever, for the school I'm going to in the fall about what they have for people like me that want to be a sportscaster, and they don't really have the plan is to take basic classes because they don't really have like a communications degree or nothing. But they've said stuff about maybe getting chances for looking into the sports and all that. We'll see how all of that works. Oh, what a catch! They needed that. Sam Houston picked up the first on 4th and 3. It's now 1st and goal with 34 seconds. 21-7. South Dakota State. But it's Sam Houston down 4 with the ball. Here, the snap, the throw to the end zone. Oh, that was almost a touchdown. Let's see here. 24 seconds, 2nd and goal. It's do or die time here. You still, even if you get a catch that's maybe short of the goal line, you go up and clock it maybe. Almost intercepted. Triple coverage. Tried to force the ball in, but no good. Jeff, you still there? Not sure if Webster's still on. I mean, obviously he is, but like, 3rd and goal with 21 seconds here. Sam Houston with the ball. Throws to the end zone. It's caught. Sam Houston scores. Touchdown. In coverage. Ife Adayi, if I'm saying that name right. Wow. 23-21 with 16 seconds. I'm not paying attention to the comments then if I'm a bit behind. I'm just going to watch this. So now Sam Houston takes over. Gonna most likely a PAT pending here to make it a 3-point game. You give South Dakota the ball back with 16 seconds. They could go down and he missed the oh. So South Dakota State's going to get the ball back. They could drive down. They missed the PAT. Sam Houston missed the PAT. It's now a 2-point game. South Dakota State could go down and kick a field goal to win it. Unless they want to try a big play. Wow. Jeff got arrested. Police banging on his door. I don't know. Wow. Sam Houston has come back quite a bit in these playoffs, too. Come from behind wins, and now here they are. They know how to play with the game on the line and in the clutch. Let me see if I found the game footage. I don't own this, I know, but I want to see what's going on. This is basically what I'm watching. The kick is off. They're going to take it out. Take it out. Take it out. Oh, just past the 35. They'll put 10 on the clock. Yeah, this one's definitely behind there. But so they got it to about the 40. They're down 2. They got to go deep here. They don't have – well, they got 2 timeouts. So looking at this right here, Sam Houston's defense obviously has to show up. If they get a turnover, it's practically over. South Dakota State smart with their timeouts. It looks like they got 2 with 10 seconds to play. Over the middle, A quick toss, lateral type play. 5 seconds. They'll use a timeout. Yeah, I apologize, guys. I know I'm not going to show the game, but I'm watching it. I apologize. Would push mid-level FBS team. I could agree that they're good teams. They need to help a guy's wide open downfield. The O-line needs to play hard, and the quarterback needs to launch it. Sam Houston, no timeouts, up by 2. Undefeated 9-0. South Dakota State, the number 1 team, 8-1. Down 2, 5 seconds to play, 1st and 10. Quarterback going to take a snap, throw across the middle, lateral play, wide open. He's got to do something. He's down. It's over. And Sam Houston, the Bearcats, win the FCS championship. They're saying for the first time. What is that dog? In my opinion, I kind of push blame on South Dakota State there. I don't know if that was the exact play call you wanted to call there.
Yep, I'm back. Cola trying to say hi to you.
What?
Said I'm back. That was Cola barking. You got excited. Big shout out to Michelle Tibbin.
Uh-huh.
She stopped by and brought me 4 gigantic blueberry muffins and 2 loaves of banana bread.
Yeah.
How about that? That was a thank you for some shooting I did for her the other day as a little bonus. So
yeah, that's awesome, Jeff.
I'm set for desserts now for the next couple of days.
Yeah. What's up, Mike Vick?
Yeah, what's up, Christian? What's up, Jeff?
Mike Vick. Well, fuck. How's it going, buddy?
Good.
Yeah. I might have to make a Mike Vick stinger, aren't I?
Yeah.
I'll probably get one where you say something like, yeah, so that way when someone asks me a question, I just got to play that. It's like, hey, you're a Bama fan? Yeah.
Yeah, are you going to make the stinger where I brushed my teeth on your stream?
I might do that. Yeah, I'll go back and find that. Which I'll have to remember which stream that was. It was only a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. It was one of I think it was a it was a night stream.
Like a Friday night or something?
It was a Friday night, yeah.
Congrats to Sam Houston though for winning that championship.
Yeah. What are they? The Bearcats? Is that right?
Yeah. Like Cincinnati, I guess, right? Because is it Cincinnati Bearcats too?
Yeah.
So the Bearcats beat the Jackrabbits in the final seconds. Wow.
Wabbits.
The Wabbits.
Yeah, I watched. Yeah, I saw the end on the ESPN app. So
it was a good game.
But there ain't no Jackrabbits in Iowa.
Jackrabbits.
They're up in the Dakotas, but there aren't any in Iowa. And I don't know, I might be mistaken. Somebody might know the answer to this. I don't think jackrabbits are very good eating. I don't know about that. First of all, they're a lot bigger.
Yeah.
I mean, a hare is like, it's twice the size of a normal rabbit.
Yeah. Oh, we lost Vic. But
Oh, where'd you go, Mike?
I'm sure he'll rejoin. I'll just add him back in.
Bye. Has some big news tonight? Huh.
Oh, does he?
Well, he was thinking about moving to Knoxville. Maybe we get an update on that.
Oh, did he talk about moving?
Yeah, something about a job opportunity.
Oh, I
Possible
missed
move
that.
over.
I saw a little bit. Yeah,
I don't know any more than that.
I saw a little bit of his Friday night stream. Did he announce it then, or?
No, I think he was going to find out this weekend.
What's the deal with what's going on with Michigan right now in football? There's some sort of scandal. Hold on. What's going on with Michigan? Offensive line transferring. They're also trying to get a 2022 tight end, Oscar Delp, the number 1 tight end in next year's class.
Who we got in that chat? Michael Hogue, Wisconsin sports fan. PW is in the house.
Mm-hmm.
Terry Wills is with us. We lost Vic too. Uncle Lou's been in. Nate was here for a while. Zach, the Purdue fan, was here for a bit.
Michael Hogg says it is like what happened with Ohio State, but when Bo Schembechler was the coach at Michigan. Okay. Let's see.
Any kind of gas shortage where I am, man? No.
Oh, dude, I don't get into politics and all that or news outside, but this whole gas shortage thing is just crazy. I mean, you think it was stupid when we were going crazy over toilet paper when COVID came out? This doesn't even come close, I don't think. Or that doesn't come close to this whole gas deal. In my opinion.
I haven't bought gas. Oh God, I haven't really gone anywhere this week because the iCubs were in St. Paul. So I think I bought for $2.39 a week or so ago. I don't know what it is now, but
what do you drive? If you don't mind me asking.
I drive a Toyota Camry, sir. 16 Camry.
Oh, nice. Those are good cars. Well, this is what I've heard.
Yes, Wisconsin. I'm in a western suburb of Des Moines. I don't. Jerry Wells, I think, is in the Midwest. Jerry, Jerry, are you in Michigan or something? Aren't you up here somewhere? You're in the Midwest, aren't you? Pizza's in Arizona.
Yeah.
Michael Hogue's in Indiana.
I'm in Alabama. You're in Iowa. Jerry says he's in Tennessee.
He's in Tennessee. Okay. Let's see who else has been in here. Vic was in here. He's in Georgia.
Lou's
Lou's in Georgia. Nate is in Omaha, not too far from me.
Yeah.
Nate's probably, well, he's not right in Omaha, but he's about 2.5 hours from me.
Wisconsin sports fan says that pipeline doesn't go through Iowa. Talking to Gary.
But the one that's been in the news doesn't. No. Wisconsin sports fan is moving to Pennsylvania permanently.
Okay, good for you, I guess. If you're liking it.
I have friends on the northwest side of Pittsburgh. The only people I know in Philadelphia, or in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
My sister lives about a half hour south of Philadelphia. She's in between Philadelphia and Baltimore, which are about 70 miles away from each other.
Well, I mentioned that. I mentioned that my grandmother, that's always showing up in the comments and everything, is a Penn State fan. She's got family up in I think what do they call it? State College or whatever, where like Penn State is.
Yeah. Yep.
Right up there. Oh, daggone it. Yeah.
We don't have any Floridians in here right now.
Not anymore, considering I moved to Alabama. Otherwise, you'd have one.
Tyler's a native Floridian. He's just not living there now.
Right. Well, let me ask you something. When people ask you where you're from, is it based on where you grew up, like spent most of your life, or where you were born?
Well, let's see. For me, I will always say I'm from Illinois because that's
okay.
Where did you grow up? Where did you hail from? Where were your formative years?
Yeah.
Illinois. Then I was at 5 years going to school at Alabama, and then I've lived in Iowa for 30 some years.
Yeah.
I mean, I lived here longer than anywhere else, but if I had to put down on a piece of paper, where are you from? I would say originally I'm from Illinois.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I was talking about this with my grandparents a few weeks back, and it's like it's based on where you were born, where did you start out, or whatever. I was born right in Tuscaloosa. Lived there till I was maybe 3 or whatever. We moved to Florida, spent 2 or 3 years there. Moved to South Carolina with my grandparents when they lived there.
You were born in Tuscaloosa?
Yeah.
Druid City Hospital boy?
Bear Bryant passed. Yes, sir. Yeah, and then so then we lived in Florida for a few years. 2006 or 7, we moved to South Carolina. Lived there. Then December of 09, we moved back to Florida, and my parents and brother who were down there have lived there since. And of course, obviously, I moved back up here to Alabama, be with my grandparents and everything. This year. So I don't know. I mean, I've moved around a couple times, but a majority of my life has been, and I don't want to give out like where my family is exactly, but where they live now, the past decade. I've pretty much, I would say, I spent a majority of my life there. But yeah, I was born right at, like I said, in Tuscaloosa and in the state of Alabama. So I don't know.
Well, if I want to shine people on, they say, well, where are you from? I say, well, I grew up 5 blocks from where Abraham Lincoln's buried. You can figure it out from there.
Yeah.
We used to, as kids, we'd play stickball and pickup games in the Eichelberger side yard and
Yeah.
down the street from me. And we would, in the summer, we would enjoy watching the cars go by and seeing the different out of state plates, see how far away a car would come from. Because if they were going down Elm, they were going to the cemetery to visit the Lincoln site, and so it gets a lot more tourists than people think. And we'd see, wow, when's the last time we saw somebody from Maryland? Something like that. Keep kids interested.
Here's a video for you. You want to see every loss that Trevor Lawrence has in college? Real quick.
Has room, makes it cut, pays the pass, lost the ball, and they got one hand on the trophy. Throws off the back foot to the end zone, and it's intercepted.
That's it. What a winner. Yep. I mean, 2 games. 2 games. Then again, I guess Tua had 2 games too. The Clemson one and then the team we're not going to speak of from Baton Rouge. Unless I'm missing well, Mac Jones started that Iron Bowl in 2019. So that wasn't on Tua. But heck, it wasn't even on Mac Jones either. He showed why he's the best at least Saban quarterback, in my opinion.
Well, let's have full stadiums.
Yeah. We're going to. I mean, it's smart. It's what.
Let's have full-blown tailgating. Let's go. Let's go, man. Let's go. 2019. Back to normal. Let's go.
Yeah. Well, the SEC and Greg Sankey said they want to fill it up. Greg Byrne wants to fill up Bryant Denny. So, I mean, we'll see. I need to figure out some school stuff, see where I'm at with that.
Cubs have Omaha in for 6 games starting Tuesday.
Oh, yeah.
They've taken the mask restrictions off. They've taken the seating restrictions off. I don't think they've gone to 100% full capacity, but they're like 1 step away from it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they're the next step away.
Yeah.
So that'll be nice.
Sounds cool.
I haven't heard from Iowa State. I'm sure they want to go to. I'm sure they'll go to full capacity. They're just waiting on the conferences. 500 P-Dub. Don't know what they're doing today. They're up at St. Paul playing the Saints. Afternoon game. I don't know what they did. I don't. People think that because I shoot the iCubs, that I follow them, that I know every single roster move, that I'm paying attention to what guy got sent down to AA, what guy got called up, who's going here, who's going there. I don't pay attention to that shit. I show up, take the pictures, do my job, and get out of there. I don't live and die by the iCubs. I don't follow them. They're not You know what I mean? They're not.
Yeah.
I need to know all that shit for my job, so I'm not going to overwhelm myself with it.
Yeah.
You know, I paid. I need to know, and that's it. I'm not. There are some people who are just. They know every single roster move. They know everything about everybody on the roster. They're just absolutely.
Whoop-de-doo.
Yeah, you know, here's what I care about. What do I need to know to get paid?
Yeah.
All right, that's
Yeah.
It really doesn't matter what you think. It really doesn't matter what you say.
A note to all the haters out there.
we want to be the team that the opponent says, I hate playing those guys.
Yeah, man.
Jimbo kind of shooting his mouth off a little bit. That's okay. That's all right. Go ahead. I hope he talks more.
Right. It's like, you know, when I see Nick Saban, we're gonna whoop up on him. We're gonna beat him. We're gonna beat him. Right. And we hear him saying that, and we're like, have you lost your mind?
Who the fuck?
Yeah. Who's saying that?
Mike Vick says, link.
Yeah, I can get you the link real quick, Mike.
Did you get bumped? Something happened to you?
He did, but I'm sure he lost the link. Gotta delete that thing.
P-Dub and Jerry Wells, Wisconsin sports fans, there's the link. Get in here and join us. I'm sure you're sick of hearing me talk. I am.
Yeah.
I'm sick of hearing me talk. Get in here and join us.
There's VicTube. What's up, buddy?
Yeah, my phone died.
Well, crap.
Yeah. I figured it was something like that because we knew you wouldn't just disappear without saying anything.
Yeah.
So I figured you got bumped or something happened.
Shout out to
This is some good milk.
Shout out to the sponsor of the stream, Chess Hall's Bad Milk.
This is some good milk. You know what? The milk's gone bad.
I gotta figure out I don't know what's going on tonight with like dinner and all that with the family. I'm sure we're probably just hanging out. They'll probably say it's leftovers. I don't know.
I got a couple of Iowa chops I was going to put on the Foreman grill, but now that Michelle brought she brought these blueberry muffins. Now I'm not now. I might just make omelet and pancakes. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe go with breakfast for dinner. Cola thought he was going to get a little treat, and he was in for a surprise.
Yeah.
Jerry Wells, I have to transition to my man cave. My wife's friend and her son are coming over, and I feel bad about saying this, but they really get on my nerves.
Do you mind if I give the name of a YouTube channel that I think you would like? Yeah, go ahead. Who you got? Wisconsin sports fan. I gotta figure out. I'm gonna call him whiskey sports fan. I don't know. It's just we need some nicknames over here, and I need a quicker way to say his channel name.
Cheese.
Huh?
Cheese.
What's up, cheese? Chess is Chester or whatever. I don't know. And of course, we got J Dub and VicTube on the stream. I'm just plain old Ballard or BSM or whatever. My first name doesn't mean jack squat over here. Apparently. Just saying.
Family friendly show. Yeah, that's family friendly. Yep.
We try. Yeah.
We're G-rated on power, damn it.
So I have a different.
I know.
I have a different channel. I don't even remember why I made a channel. Probably just for a backup channel in case, because I know people make backup channels in case someone like, what's the word? Like hacks,
I don't know, Chesterford. I don't know what he hates being called Chester.
Yeah.
I don't know what he thinks about Chesterford.
I don't know, but I'm gonna use it next time I see him. I pretty much am. I don't know. That's all I got for this stream, man. I'm gonna try to figure out what we're doing for dinner with the family and all that tonight, and I'll go ahead and sign off here, man. I appreciate y'all coming on.
I'm out of here. We'll see you later. Everybody stay safe.
All right, roll tide, Jeff. We'll see you. Vic, thanks for coming on, buddy. We'll catch you later.
Yeah. See you later, Ballard.
All right, have a good one.
Yeah.
Thanks everyone for showing up today. I really appreciate it. Jerry, Lincoln Stevens, of course. Lou came on for a bit. Shout out to my main man, Uncle Lou. Pizza Woman, Wisconsin sports fan. I was in here a little bit. Michael Hogue. Am I been saying it wrong, sir? I really don't know. Zach the Purdue fan. Of course, Webster. Lou showed up on here. We had Mike Vick. Appreciate everyone showing up, man. I love each and every one of you guys. Be sure to hit that thumbs up on the way out. Hit that subscribe button if you're new. Go check out the website, ballardsports19.wixsite.com/BSM official. Let me put the link to that down here. Check it out. That's the website right there in the chat. Click that on your way out. Love you guys. Hope everyone has an awesome week ahead. Keep your head up. Jesus loves you. I love you guys. God bless. And as always, roll tide roll. We'll see you later.
We're coming back. We're coming back. You know that. Coming back. Tom Brady's.
Okay. Roll down tide.